Batman, the Dark Knight, and the world's greatest detective. Also, namesake of one of the greatest comic book based video game adaptations of all time, the Arkham series. Spanning 7 games in total, with the latest and obviously most debatable game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which takes place 5 years after the events of Arkham Knight. Today we're scaling the Arkhamverse version of Bruce Wayne, as these video games are highly acclaimed, and if you're watching, you're most likely already familiar with the story of the specific Batman, and you're probably are more interested in where he scales rather than his backstory. Nonetheless, I will be going over some of his history when talking about his scaling. Let's dive right in. We're starting with Arkham Origins, 2 years after the dawn of Batman's career. In this game, Batman scales to the wall to small building ranges. He's consistently shown in canon cinematic trailers, breaking through wood and brick walls. He scales to Killer Croc, who could demolish the halls of Blackgate Prison. Batman faces Killer Croc and ultimately defeats him. Batman also scales to Destruct, an enhanced super soldier, master tactician, strategist, and master martial artist. With enhanced speed, strength, durability, he also possesses a healing factor, also known as the world's greatest assassin. Batman has a brutal back and forth with this character and ultimately defeats Deathstroke, who states, "Who are you?" to Batman. Then is taken down by the Dark Knight. Recent discoveries show that in cut content, Deathstroke is even more surprised by the Dark Knight's competence that he begins to state his enhanced abilities and ultimately asks, "What are you?" To which the Dark Knight responds, "I am Batman." He also scales to Bane, who while on TN1, launches Batman through a thick prison wall, obviously designed to even tank low-tier explosions. Batman defeats Bane in base, and when juiced up on time, he scales above Mr. Freeze, who could practically coat you in ice, and Batman has enough force to break out of it. He also scales above Lady Shiva, who by Arkham Origins is someone Batman deems unmatched in skill. He does lack knowledge of Ra's al Ghul at this point, but he is able to stalemate her in a 1v5. He's also versed in all aspects of criminology, detective work, and trained in all forms of martial arts. If he's anything like comic book Batman, then Bruce knows at the very least 500 to 1000 forms of combat. Keep in mind, he is a master practitioner of the styles. Trained to physical and mental peak, arsenal of gadgets, vehicle, and advanced technology. Genius inventor, detective, genius level intellect. Mastery of the physical sciences. Computer expert, master of disguise, photographic memory, trained in stealth and espionage tactics, expert escape artist. His speed here would be in the Mach 2.5 to 5 supersonic ranges, as he's seen dodging bullets from various ranges. That's all for Origins. Moving on, I will only be adding the feats found in the games. I will not be taking long, except for Arkham Knight, which there's plenty that is overlooked. Now onto Blackgate. He faces off against Solomon Grundy, who far and away scales above Bane. There's nothing new in Shadow. Feats-wise, moving to Arkham Asylum, where Bane launches Batman through a thick stone wall. This has been calculated to small building ranges of energy. Bane then bursts through a 9-foot thick concrete wall, also being calculated to small building ranges. Batman easily beats Bane, unlike previously showing how better he has become, but also Bane has an even more amped, powerful 10 formula than ever before. Batman put him down low difficulty. Onto Arkham City, where in the prequel comics, Bane is shown being absolutely ragdolled by a tiny enhanced individual, which Batman easily dispatches numerous times in Arkham City. Keep in mind that Bane ascertains that Batman is the most dangerous being in Gotham. Even with Titan out there, Bane regards Batman as the most dangerous being in Gotham. In the post-comic and prequel Knight comic, Batman is shown surviving an explosion that was calculated to a large building level, but his range varies. I'll be taking the Knight version because in it we see the destruction of the Batmobile, which is canon and prompts Batman to upgrade to his more tanky Batmobile. Batman tanked this explosion point blank, and Jason tanked part of it. This can be scaled anywhere from large building level to possibly even town level, from 2.7 tons of TNT all the way to 968.66 tons of TNT, or 4 trillion joules of energy. These are crazy high ends. Keep in mind that Arkham City is 5 times larger than Asylum, and City is 1 kilometer squared. which when divided by 5 makes Asylum 0.2 kilometers squared, and the explosion reached the gate of the Asylum since Batman's car was parked there. This means the explosion engulfed the entire island. This stands in the multi-city block to even small town levels of energy, exerting up to 176 tons of TNT. The suit in Arkham Knight is more durable than the previous suits, which tanked this and certain characters dent or outright damaged Batman's suit, meaning by the beginning of Arkham Knight, characters like Nightwing, Robin, Arkham Knight, Killer Croc, Deathstroke, and more scale to small town level in AP and durability. Now, an upgrade to speed. In the character bios, Catwoman successfully dodges an arc of electricity fired from a militia drone. This would have Batman, who obviously is way faster than Catwoman, being able to defeat her blind and relying on his other 4 senses. This would have him at hypersonic plus movement and relativistic reactions, since with the new suit, which is faster and more mobile than previous suits, permits the multi-fear takedown where rifle bullets appear dismally slow, which puts Batman 100,000 times faster than a normal human, 99.99995% the speed of light. His Batsuit is designed to withstand 6 Gs of force, meaning Batman's movement speed, not reaction but movement, can reach in a full minute 10.3 times the speed of sound, which is impressive. Each second it increases the speed by 58.8 meters per second. His suit is as well equipped with MRI fluids, which responds and harden on impact, doubling the forceful counter attacks by redirecting the kinetic energy towards his enemies. His suit as well sports detective mode, which can see through walls, check pulse, and mental state of people, can trace particles in the air, has explosive gel, a hacking device, smoke pellets, a variety of barrels, disruptor, which can disable drones, invisibility cloaks, drone controllers, tank, medical personnel equipment, voice synthesizer that can copy your voice, fingerprint reconstruction to access otherwise locked doors or computers, and much more. Something to note before moving on is that the tanks in Arkham Knight are made of nth metal. Crazy detail no one ever talks about. Onto the final and obviously most debatable game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Set 5 years after the events of Arkham Knight, it is revealed Batman has joined up with the League and faced multiple threats such as the Sinestro Corp. Batman boasts that he has some of the most advanced technology ever seen, with Green Lantern standing right next to him.
Of course I'd have to rely on more than just my wits. I'd have to work hard, train every day to fight against crime. I'd have to design high-tech tools, equipment, and the most advanced vehicles you've ever seen.
I know that.
Criminals can strike anywhere, anytime. And when they do, I need to be ready. Bat pods are my mobile preparedness units. A little like one of your backpacks. If your backpacks had cutting-edge stealth technology. Bat pods contain everything I need, from my bat suit to my bat gadgets. They can be deployed almost anywhere in the world. That means wherever people need help, I'll be there.
When you move as fast as I do, you've got to make sure your gear can keep up. My helmet is woven from a lightweight anti-friction material cooked up by the eggheads at Wayne Tech Labs. Built to withstand the speed force, it absorbs and redistributes kinetic energy as I run. Which is a fancy way of saying, when I'm wearing this bad boy, nothing can slow me down.
You're in the League's quartermaster area. Sometimes, having a Green Lantern ring or being super fast aren't enough to deal with the bad guys. That's why we work with super smart engineers like our friend Lucius Fox from Wayne Tech. His inventions help us understand supervillains' powers, then take them down.
Oh,
Do
hey!
not worry.
Didn't
I
see you
will
there.
bring justice to the humans
Look,
that deserve
I know
it.
I've been called the fastest man alive, and sure, it's true. Though Superman might disagree. He'd also tell you that I didn't outrun the lightning bolt that hit my lab. But that was before I could draw energy from an interdimensional power source called the Speed Force. It's like the universe's biggest supercharged battery, and it never runs out. That's my secret. With the Speed Force, I can do a lot more than just run fast. I can whip up a cyclone. I can vibrate my body's molecules so fast I disappear It's also good for getting out of tough spots.
Obviously, the ring is more powerful, but this shows Batman boasts technology on par with the ring, which honestly isn't too far-fetched, since Batman can disable superpowers. Yeah, it's crazy. He can disable a device that taps into the Speed Force. He created Flash's suit to withstand his unbelievable speeds. Seeing how fast he moves, hitting someone at full speed will surely, obviously destroy anything he wears. But when he created a suit that withstands him at full speed, this is also applicable to Batman, because he too would surely integrate the greatest of his technology into his armor. So it's very plausible that Batman has even better armor than Flash. This itself is extremely impressive because Flash, though ultimately losing to a Green Lantern clone, which in my opinion is because he was holding back on his friend, he's shown demolishing constructs which, when Green Lantern is dealt with, Waller sends in a nuke, meaning it will just hang the nuke. So again, this is a massive low ball, but there are higher metals. Stick with me. The squad can keep up with Superman and are not blitzed by him. And there's two things he does that honestly scales to Batman as well. He flies to the sun and back to dampen the kryptonite effects. And no, he isn't flying into the atmosphere, because that would be useless. He is being hurt by an amped kryptonite, and he is causing solar flares on re-entry. He's flying to the sun and back, but in only 5 seconds. This will result in massively faster than light speeds that Batman scales to because of blitzing the squad. Superman then punches the ground and changes the day. He probably spun so fast around the Earth to make it turn, yielding energy enough to destroy a star. This again, in a way, scales to Batman. Because in Superman's weakened state, a healthy Flash and Green Lantern would obviously scale above an extremely weakened Superman. Well, yeah, Batman beat up Flash, has armor equivalent or higher than Flash, was even able to grab Flash when he was trying to stop a bullet, and this was a clone. The real Batman, surprisingly enough, just punches Brainiac out. And this was the original final Brainiac, not his other clones, and this very one is the one who captured and cloned the League. So yeah, Batman has straight up become a superhuman in the Arkhamverse. He scales anywhere from city, which is a low ball, to possibly planetary at the high end, scaling from knocking out Brainiac, who scales to Superman. I know it's crazy, but damn, Batman is a beast. He was already crazy strong, but now he's borderline superhuman, not peak human. In my opinion, that's the only good stuff that came out of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The game sucks, but Batman is strong. Our boy Arkham Batman has extremely improved from his origins beginning to now in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Hope you enjoyed this video. It took me days to do. Hope you had a great time. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And Christ Jesus bless you. Have a great day. Bye.